Everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to look at a stock that is about to go insane tomorrow and why y'all should keep it in your watch list. We're also going to address the overall markets to get you guys ready as always. Y'all, let's dive into the charts right off the bat. We got the NASDAQ futures. And in the last video, I told you guys specifically that we were gonna make a huge move. Like the NASDAQ was going to move big, and especially the SPY. This is the SPY. I shared with y'all the bullish pennant that was on there. And then the next day, we opened up a little bit higher. We had a little bit of a dip in the morning, followed by a massive push all the way up into the green circle that I had for y'all. The price target was 534, and we got to exactly 534 on that specific day. Now, today is much more like it's a neutral day. Like I told y'all in the past, whenever we have massive moves, whether it is bullish or bearish, the market tends to give us small candles the next day, usually haramis. And this right here, this looks like a bullish hammer. There's a lot of buyers down here, which is a good sign. All right, it's a good sign for a potential continuation tomorrow. The trend is still bullish, right? We're either going to get another doji, or we're gonna open up higher and then make new highs. I'm not bearish on the market at all. You just have to set your alerts and be ready for that potential pop. If indeed we make new highs tomorrow, we already made, again, we breached above this high right here. If we make new highs tomorrow, watch the SPY for a move up to 538 after the break right there. All right, and for QQQ, that would translate to, let's look at QQQ. This one also moved big, and today it pretty much did absolutely nothing. Not a day-to-day trade at all. When the indices move like this, you don't want to do too much. You want to relax and pretty much do absolutely nothing. I'm gonna share with y'all the trade that I took. All right, the trade that I took yesterday. I mean today, and also the trade that I took from yesterday into today. All right, we're gonna look at those. But for QQQ, watch it for a move up to 467 after this alert rings. Another clue that you should watch for is a massive volume out the gates, or an intraday structure, either or. All right, now the stock that is about to go insane tomorrow, that stock is AMC, a meme stock. All right, now we're gonna look at it because so far they look like they're getting excited. There's a lot of movement on here. If you missed it, if you missed the entry today, you better hope that the stock stays around here before going up a little bit higher. Like right now, the volume is increasing. We're just gonna look at this segment right there. The volume is slowly increasing from 33 million shares to 61 to 131. There's a whole lot of news about Roaring Kitty's live stream, which is scheduled to be tomorrow. The stock likes it. We broke above the previous high of 571. And also, y'all remember what I told y'all before. That gap at the top is eventually going to get filled. When I made the previous video, which was I believe 3 days ago, earlier during the week, I think, or maybe it was last week. Oh no, it was on Monday night's video. Yeah, I talked about it on Monday night's video, and I told y'all I'm not sure exactly when we're gonna get up there, but after the recent events, I'm thinking we're gonna get there sooner rather than later. There is a structure on there on the 1 hour right here. Not the cleanest structure, not the cleanest bullish pen that I've ever seen, but it was there. Massive volume, huge breakout at at noon. All right. So with this one, if it's supposed to behave really, really well, watch it for a massive move up to $8 again. It could surprise us and go up to 13 like it did right here. It could. It really, really could. All right. When it comes to AMC and GME, massive moves happen during the nights. But for right now, this is what I see, and this is what I want to share in today's video. Now, in updates on the last video stocks to buy, which was the first one at least, NCLH. Congratulations to anybody who made bank on this one. It was very straightforward along with the SPY. Again, you could have taken calls on the SPY, you could have taken calls on QQQ, and you could have taken calls on this one like I shared it with y'all. Again, I told y'all watch for the break into this gap and watch for a gap fill. I was wrong about the top of this one. It only went all the way up to $19.50, but those contracts were up by like 150%. So y'all should be happy about that. Congratulations. All right. Now, a lot of y'all probably are looking at this right now and are wondering, could we actually see that gap get filled tomorrow? And I'm leaning towards that. I think it's going to go up to 19. I think it's going to go up to 19. It's definitely worth watching, especially if the SPY breaks and makes new highs tomorrow. All right. Again, this is a gap, and 90% of all gaps eventually get filled at some point in time, and we are already in it. All right, we are already in it. So a candle that looks like this would be sublime just to take care of this before we see consolidation with NCLH, a cruise line company. All right, now the next stock that we're going to look at, before we even do that, let me share with you the trade that I took. All right, so this is the trade that I took on the 4th, which was 2 days ago at the close. Wait a minute. Yeah, 2 minutes before the market closed. After that day trade that I took on QQQ, I bought Google calls. Why? Because of the simple structure on the chart. Again, this is one of my favorites. When I see this, I typically know immediately where it's gonna go next, and this was an easy entry for a very, very simple outcome, right? So I got in with calls 2 minutes before the market closed with a price target of 178, and then the next day this one actually jumped. Like, it jumped all the way up to 175, and then it was slowly grinding up to 176 and a half, and then I sold half when it got there. And then when it really started to show weakness, I immediately got out completely at 9:00. Got out completely of Google calls. All right, and then after that, I decided to take a swing trade on SMH. But the thing about SMH, again, this was at what, at 254. The price was at 254. I bought calls in there. I thought it could go a lot higher because I was bullish on the video. But unfortunately, out the gates, it didn't really perform very well. At like 842. All right, we're gonna look at that real quick. So this is SMH, and then 1 minute, we're gonna let that load. And it jumped up a little bit because the video jumped, and then it really just could not break above 255. So I had to break even right here before this thing actually collapsed. All right, risk management, people. When a stock doesn't do exactly what you want it to do, it's okay to get out, because more often than not, you're more likely to get a great price or a much cheaper price at the close if you choose to get back in for a potential long. I'm bullish on the market. Could this one actually follow the market? Probably. I have an alert right here. If it rings and I like it, I'm probably gonna buy calls on it for the continuation up. I don't think I was completely wrong about it getting to 260. sometimes the moves that I think is going to happen tend to happen like 24 hours afterwards. All right, so I might just be a little early, but I'm patiently waiting for my alert to ring. Eventually, it's going to ring. All right, now the other stock that we got to look at is Shopify. And Shopify was one of the stocks that I shared with y'all in the last video. And just like Google, this thing jumped. All right, the entry for Shopify was supposed to be here. I chose Google. It just seemed like it seemed more appealing to me. All right, and this one actually jumped all the way up to 61.7 and then started to roll over. All right, right around the time that Google also rolled over. So this one peaked. All right, and then it's not quite at 62.5. It's playing games at 61, but at the same time it's still clean. Like the play is not completely dead because it hasn't dropped below 60 bucks. Right, so all of these individuals who are still looking for a big move up are counting on it, and I think it's going to happen. I can't be bearish on it because it's still in play, so I'm gonna have to shift this a bit more to the right and a bit more higher to 63 bucks. Watch Shopify for a move up to 63 bucks tomorrow. All right, so that's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button as always. I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 10 p.m. Eastern time, so definitely click on that subscribe button right here and click on that notification bell. That way you get notified when I release these videos. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community, would get all of this information in real time as I see them, along with the contracts that I buy, and most importantly, the reason why I take the trades that I take to begin with. That way you get to learn along the way. You can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow my social media at Paul and Guma and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in Sunday night's video.